Okay, for like a industrial revolution 4.0,
yes.
What do you think about this? This is the opportunity for the Singapore, Indonesian, and Asians to be more developed, or it's a challenges?
Well, I don't know whether you want to describe it as a challenge, tantangan atau kesempatan. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But what I know is that ini adalah realitas.
Okay.
This is the reality, and there is no other way for countries like Singapore and Indonesia, but to accept the reality and see how we can make it work for us. So I think Industry 4.0 is not a luxury. It's not a, oh, I will do it if I feel like it. No, we have to do it. And I think this is why Indonesia and Singapore have identified this as an area where we definitely want to cooperate.
Okay.
Fortunately, in our two countries, we have people who are not scared of technology.
Okay.
Yeah. They are not scared of technology. I see even people of a certain age here in Indonesia working
like gadgets.
they like the gadgets. Bukan hanya untuk selfie, but bukan hanya untuk WA, but they are also using technology quite actively. And I think that's also the same in Singapore. Okay. So we have young people, we have people who have an older generation. Not being scared of technology. But I think we need to go beyond using gadgets for our daily lives, is to see how we can make technology work for us in terms of helping our societies and our economies to grow.
Okay. Kemudian bagaimana memaksimalkan how to use the technology, right, to make more close between the Indonesia and Singapore, internet and technology.
Yes, I think earlier I had mentioned the Nongsa Digital Park, for example. So this is an example where you have Indonesia's strengths working together with Singapore's strengths.
Okay.
So one of the ideas or principles behind the Nongsa Digital Park is to form a digital bridge.
Okay.
A digital bridge between Indonesia, represented by Batam and the Nongsa Digital Park, and Singapore.
Okay.
So Singapore has certain strengths as a technological hub. Indonesia has obviously certain advantages. You have a young, as I said, dynamic population. So we are trying to find a way to bring these two strengths together. Last week, I was in Bandung, where we had the opening of what we call Block 71, co-working space for startups. In Singapore, we have this concept called Block 71, a place where we bring, we help startups to evolve and develop, and a certain number have already done so in Singapore. A similar arrangement has been done between NUS and the Salim Group here in Indonesia, in Jakarta, and last week we opened also in Bandung and Yogyakarta. So these are all examples where we are bringing the strengths and the complementarities between Singapore and Indonesia together, so that we can look forward at the challenges that will come with the digital age, with the Industry 4.0, and turn them into opportunities.
Okay, Mr. Ambassador, many people in Indonesia look at the sea, and the border. It's like a spirit between two countries. How to build the strong bridge, like you said, between the Indonesia and the Singapore?
Well, I think you have seas which separate countries. You, in Indonesia's case, you even have seas that separate parts of Indonesia from one another. Fortunately, with technology, that can be bridged. So I don't think this kind of geographical separation is a very big challenge in terms of enhancing cooperation. Yes, there are border demarcations between countries, and this has been a feature for the longest time. But increasingly, many of the opportunities and challenges that we face are borderless. If you are talking about climate change, if you are talking about problems and challenges arising due to changes in the climate, this is a shared challenge. It is a challenge that does not respect the borders or the boundaries. So this is an area where we can work together, and I'm sure we will.
Oke, iya. Oke, Mr. Ambassador, thank you so much for the diplomasi. Terima kasih sudah bergabung bersama kami.
Terima kasih.
Banyak sekali tadi ide-idenya. Kita akan masih ada satu segmen lagi, Mr. Ambassador. Kita akan bahas terkait dengan langkah ke depan antara Indonesia dan juga Singapura, apa yang akan menjadi kekuatan kita ke depan untuk melangkah bersama-sama. Dan pemirsa tetap bersama kami di Diplomasi.